Is the Clubbell Flow Evolution the most accessible Clubbell training program available? Well, let me tell you. Or maybe I can just tell you. You've only got a lighter pair of Clubbells? Taken care of. You've only got one big heavy Clubbell? No problem. Included. Say what? Single 5-pound Clubbell? That's it? Well, good thing there's plenty for you to do here. So you're an athlete looking for a complementary training program to develop strength, endurance, mobility, balance, coordination, effective nervous system stimulation? All right, well, you better dive on in because it's waiting for you. You're a total beginner? Well, welcome. Welcome to the evolution. Shane, I travel a lot on planes. Good thing you've got the Clubbell Flow Evolution. You don't like going to the gym, huh? Ah, perfect fit. Shane, I'll be honest, Clubbells just really intimidate me. And that's why I've included an entry-level point with the lightest Clubbell available. I'm really just looking for something light, just to get myself moving. Yep, you've got exactly what you need here in order to do so. Not really looking for a full-on training program, but more just something to complement what you already do? Something that's time efficient and highly effective? Ah, well, you're in luck. You're a longtime practitioner and you're needing something to challenge you? Well, welcome. Welcome to the evolution. Shane, all I really want is something that feeds my soul and develops my inner being. Like yoga. Great. Then you need look no further. Serenity in the Hurricane is yours. So is the Clubbell Flow Evolution the most accessible Clubbell program available? I'll let you be the judge.
A lot of good things to say. I'm going to keep it brief because I can tend to ramble if allowed out of my cage for too long. So,
at the first phase, it kind of gives you the first foundation. Second phase, you get the next section to it, and then along came the third phase, the flows. Now it all comes together, and it's with the martial arts background, it's kind of cool because it's like a kata or a form or a dance move or a dance number kind of.
But even then, Shane just outdid himself. I've got his other material which I love, but this one, with the way he strung together compound movements and turned them into this little dance, and it really is kind of like a dance. If you like a National Geographic show and you see ancient cultures and tribal things, it's kind of like the Clubbell Flow Evolution. I mean, you're out there and you're doing this thing.
Vital importance that set this program apart from other programs. First thing being the accessibility of the program.
10-pound clubs have been collecting dust on my shelf for a long time. Figured that was, that's the starting weight for women. For those of you that have done CST, some of the instructor certifications or the trial by fire, 10 pounds, that's the women's weight. Not in this program.
Don't think that you need heavy Clubbells, because it'll smoke you. About the forearms and the grip strength, wow, incredible.
Because going into that, it was almost like a rite of passage, how am I going to go those last flag press or those last levers, and how are we going to do this,
The full and natural progression of movement, right, from component to combination to flow, right? So very, very big breakdown of the movements themselves from a complexity and sophistication standpoint.
That toughness aspect remained throughout the program from phase 1, phase 2 into phase 3. It never really let off, and for me that was very, very good. The particular time in my life, very, very challenging. So this physicality is what I really enjoyed, and the actual digging deep was pretty incredible.
Really addresses so many different issues, both mentally and physically, and that's all me. I'm all about addressing the mental and the physical, because boy do I have a list.
I got through that first round and it's like, my goodness, this is truly, truly amazing what my body is adapting to and what I'm able, that threshold which I am establishing here, and threshold not just on the body but on the mind.
This year, I did 2 personal bests on a run, on a 5K run, I increased my speed quite a bit, and on the 30K run, which encompassed a lot of hills towards the end, I really broke my own speed records. I made major gains this year with the Club Bell program, and I totally accredit it to this Club Bell program.
It also tips its hat to the true novice and the true beginner with the Club Bell, right? Because the Club Bell is this thing that's foreign to most people.
And it just was a blast to do. Shane's got a real genius for taking complicated movements and stringing them together in ways that are counterintuitively easy to learn.
And I really did enjoy that. It was logical, it made sense, and the progress through it was seamless.
The challenge to the nervous system of motor complexity is really considered skill acquisition, and I think that is just a huge motivator for us to continue our programs, and it gives us something that our brain hungers for, it looks for, it's challenged by, and it wants.
I loved Shane's tutorials, just put my mind at ease, and
Some of the movements that Shane's come up with are insanely challenging, but they're also, what I'm finding is they're finding the weak spots. The chinks in your armor will float to the surface.
It's this element of using this, what many perceive, that I've talked to, as this kind of freaky, scary looking thing, swinging this heavy club around my head, to something that's much more accessible and manageable for the beginners, so they can kind of get their taste, right, and kind of catch the bug.
And if you have any gaps created by your own ego, Shane will find them and exploit them and bring them to the surface. But more importantly than that, he'll help you fix them and close those gaps.
Is sort of the inner game of the program. And this is something I'm a big fan of, right? Meaningful and mindful movement, and looking at a program and going beyond skin deep, right?
And here's the deal, Shane. I started to work through the program using that one image and that visualization, and you know what's cool is that I carried that out into my life. I thought about it, I think about it all the time now.
You know, whatever may be sort of bothering you, certainly whatever was bothering me really, you know, just vanished out of my mind when I had to focus on performing the maneuvers and working through the routines and keeping track of my form. And it really is, in many respects, it was kind of like a meditation.
It sort of clears my head for the day. Just concentrate on what I need to do and I focus on that. And you know, when you clear your head of all the mumbo jumbo that's going on in there, think about something else, and then when you go back to it, you see everything with clear eyes and a clear mind, and you find solutions to different problems you have. And that's what I found, how this program affected me the most.
Right, so there's meaning behind the movement. Flow Evolution calls for a mindful practice and for an exploration of the emotional and inner portion of our personal practice.
I get lost in it, and I think that, you know, that in and of itself is kind of, you know, a simple definition for what flow is. A flow state is where you suddenly you're not really thinking about anything but what you're doing right in the moment.
That resilience and the toughness that gives you strength. So, I mean, I've been doing club bells for a while, but this was great because I'd been on body weight for about 3 to 4 months. So coming back to club bells was really, really lovely. And in terms of those who have done club bells before, I think this is a brilliant new level to reach.
And then progressively through Flow Evolution, they can move up to bigger, I don't want to say better things, but bigger things. So they don't have to go to another program for that progression.
I really like the concept of it all. I think it's very ingenious. Had a lot of fun with it. And I liked how it's always something different. It wasn't just, oh yeah, I gotta go down and pound out the same routine.
So over the course of 3 weeks, you're attempting to master 14 different exercises. Some of them you may have done before, some of them I guarantee you probably haven't. And if you have, not this way, not the way that they're cooked up here.
The other thing that I love about this program is Shane is an amazing teacher. His tutorials are just so concise, and you can feel how much pride he has in his work, and just see that he wants you to succeed. He wants you to find the most that you can from it.
In addition to the actual exercises, his warm-ups and cool-downs are pretty effective right in themselves, and I found it easy to stay very faithful to completing both the warm-up, the cool-down, and the exercises without slacking on any of them.
The healing aspect of it helps you build up the weak areas and increase flexibility and mobility. That's been real important for me with collection of injuries that I've amassed over the last 30 years.
It's really nice because it's simple. It's like it's a very simple program too. You're working with one club bell. It's a 5. You can travel with it.
I'm looking forward to doing the whole thing, especially the mobility. But I'm also looking at that single club bell stuff because that looks really intense.
Easy to learn, like, you know, a 25-pound club is not a 45-pound club, but it's not a 5-pound club either. And the way Shane has you maneuvering these things about your head and through the air and twisting your body around with the thing and keeping it stable, it really was so much fun to learn and so much fun to do.
There was just something very primal about swinging, you know, this club, a weapon, right? A very ancient weapon. And as you mastered the skill in the movement, there's just something kind of deep inside that, for me, was like, this is, you're not only strong, but you can move and you can wield this thing.
I haven't experienced it with a heavier club bell because I don't have one, so I don't know. But using a lighter club bell for the two-handed, the strength endurance section of the program, I found it to be very energizing, very, it gets me hyped up, it gets my rhythm up, it gets me ready.
And got through those first couple rounds, and just that when I keep bringing up that rite of passage, but just passing through that and that sense of accomplishment after that second round in that high day and doing 16, I was really buzzing. I mean, my nervous system was on. I was on fire, and it was one of the best accomplishments I've ever felt in just about anything.
Shane's just got a real talent for making complicated physical maneuvers accessible for folks like me who aren't, you know, martial artists. I'm not a martial artist. I'm not a this. I'm not a big physical culture guy. And working with Shane's material has really helped me to recapture some of the vitality of youth that you know, through time and stress and just hard living I'd kind of lost, but I feel like I've regained it. I've certainly regained my love for play, just for play's sake. I have a lot more energy for running around with the kids and, you know, playing tennis and running around with adults, and, you know, I just feel a lot better as a result of doing it.
The mental aspect of it, the serenity in the hurricane, that's been real handy. I have a stressful career, and the last 2 weeks have been real stressful. It's been real nice to be able to have my focus and to stay calm and cool. Or as they said in Animal House, remain calm, all is well.
Just being more comfortable in who you are and how you feel about yourself, and how you present yourself in your working life, how you present yourself in your parenting life or your relationships. You know, this program really made it easier for me to feel good about myself, to feel good about the decisions I made, and you know, and all manner of things.
And some people just want to work out. Your program takes the task of challenging people to go beyond that and to look at their movement in their personal practice and see how it relates to the rest of their lives, right? And how that you can grow through movement and learn a lot more about yourself.
And that to me is just everything. You know, it's just, you know, the fact that I can take this into my life, that it doesn't just stay on the mat, that it isn't just in the gym, that it is a part of my everyday experience.
And to have the most challenging thing to be finding out what your own truth is, that's what a program should be designed to do. So, nice work.
You know, it was really sophisticated. It was really well thought out. I mean, I didn't really have to do a whole lot of thinking. I just followed the program, and you know, before you know it, I'm out there swinging this weight around, and I didn't think I'd be able to do it, frankly. I mean, when I first saw the videos, I was like, oh, I don't know, this is, you know, this might be a bit much. But I did it, and I felt great, and I'm really glad I did it.
Once again, this is still at the very beginning of my experience with club bells, and it won't be the last for sure, because it'll be a continued implement of what I do.
What I really liked about it is that it's challenging, but it's doable, it's effective, and it's fun, especially if you like swinging club bells.
So we'll kind of keep it at that, because I think I'm rambling as it is now. Third thing.
Also, just like doing it. It just feels good to do.
Program's just a hell of a lot of fun, right? It's hard to not have fun when working towards flow, right? The creativity is there, the ingenuity is there, the innovation is there, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun. So whether you're a seasoned pro with the club bells, or you think it's just a kind of freaky, scary looking weighted baseball bat, there's something there for you within the program. Give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Shane really, really, really knows what he's doing with this stuff.